based on my assessment, you don't treat your mother nicely. You do not,
Well,
Monica.
you don't know about that situation, Lisa.
Well, based on what I saw, you weren't nice to your mother.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl, the Brooke Ashley, and today we are here to discuss The Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, Season 4, Episodes 8 and 9. And y'all, I'm back. You guys know that I am late with all my recaps because I was at BravoCon, but we are here. Now, before we get started, if you had told me that this season of Salt Lake City was going to be this good, I would not have believed you. Like I've been saying, Salt Lake City is in their golden era right now. They are giving what the other girls were supposed to have gave, and I'm loving every minute of it. And the fact that Monica and Heather are in this lawsuit, if you don't know, Monica is suing Beauty Lab over botched injections, and Heather is countersuing. So we're going to, I guess, find this all out later on this season when they're on their vacation in Bermuda. I think that's when we see Heather get this dramatic call saying, how could she do this to us? So I think that's when we find out all the drama and everything hits the fan. And it also makes sense why nobody on the cast is fooling with Monica because of this lawsuit. Remember that a lot of these housewives do make agreements that they can get into arguments, they can fight, but they do not mess with each other's businesses. It's this unspoken girl code rule, like, don't come for my business, I won't come for yours. So I understand why the rest of the women are not messing with Monica. Monica, it's going to be you versus everybody at this reunion, and I won't be surprised if Monica is sitting in the first seat next to Andy. Because although she gets on my nerves, she definitely has been carrying this season and she's involved in so much drama. But guys, with all that being said, let's just get right on into it. We have a lot to cover, and you guys already know that we don't have a minute to spare. Now we start off episode 8 with Whitney at home, and she's talking to her husband, Justin. So she tells him that she's inviting Mary out to have dinner because she wants to clear the air. Justin had me screaming. He was like, why are you calling up Mary Cosby? You know she doesn't like you. So Whitney goes on to say that, speaking of awkward relationships, she wants to mend things with Meredith. Heather invited all them out to do some cross-country skiing, so she's going to see Meredith there, and she hopes to resolve things. Now, again, Whitney, I've been getting on you all season. I feel like you're messy, and I feel like you have this obsession to pick at Meredith. So for you to say, oh, well, I want to resolve things, you low-key don't. I just think that Whitney is very disingenuous at times, and I think she enjoys instigating and stirring the pot for a storyline. And I just don't buy this whole act of, I want to resolve things, I don't want there to be tension or awkward energy. I'm not buying it. Whitney loves being in this space where she's at odds with somebody because it ensures that she'll be on this show. But Whitney also reveals that the real reason why she wants to resolve things with Meredith because she wants to invite Meredith to her daughter's 13th birthday party. Now, things got tense between Whitney and Justin. Justin was like, wait, we're having Bobby's birthday party that weekend. I have a work conference, kickoff event. Whitney's getting pissed. She's like, wait a second, I told you. Now, here's my thing, Whitney. I understand that you're pissed off, but this man was without a job for over a year. So, girl, I know that you might be upset that he's missing your daughter's birthday party, but be happy and praise the Lord that he is now gainfully employed. I'm just saying. So now we jump to Heather and Monica hanging out. They're going snowmobiling and they're having a good time. And I have to say, watching these scenes with Heather and Monica are hilarious, knowing that right now they can't stand each other and they're currently embroiled in a lawsuit. I just said it's so funny how things change. And the fact that Monica was suing Heather all this time, but sitting and smiling in her face, I said, now girl, Monica is low down. So Heather says, I felt so bad watching you and your girls leave the party early like that. The fact that your mom was sitting right there and didn't help you, I just felt so awful. And let me just say, guys, I still stand by what I said 110% in my last recap. I think that Monica handled the whole situation poorly. I think that she made a fool out of herself. And regardless of whatever issues that her and her mom have, that's not the time or the place to bring that up there and cause a scene. And what really pissed me off was the fact that you cut your daughter's time short at the party and they were having a great time. I just felt like it's not fair that your daughters have to suffer because you're having an outburst. And again, I'm not negating Monica's pain or how her mom treats her on a regular basis, but I just feel like at Angie's party, that just was not the time for Monica to act out like that. Again, my opinion, we don't have to agree, but I feel like there's just a time and a place for everything, and that just was not it. So now Heather brings up that her mom was a stay-at-home mom with 6 kids. Her mom taught her how to be fun and creative, taught her how to be a great mom, but they drifted apart when she got a divorce. And then she goes on to add that she felt like nobody had her back. So now Monica shares that her and her mom's relationship has always been volatile, and now she reveals that when she was 12 years old, her mom took a job in New York and she left her to live with another family in Pennsylvania. Now, I saw all the drama on social media. Monica's mom got on Twitter explaining herself and saying that she never abandoned her daughter. Listen, I'm going to say it just like this. Personally, I feel like Monica didn't need to bring her mom on this show because they have so many issues. And I feel like it's a spectacle at this point, and what they really need is therapy and not this show. Now, I know that Monica needs this check, and again, that's no shade, but I just feel like I wish that she had resolved a lot of their issues before they both came on this show, because I think it's really sad to watch how this is playing out on the show and in real time. But Monica says that when that happened to her, that was the start of her abandonment issues by her mom. And I could definitely understand that. I mean, 12 years old, that's a crucial time. I can only imagine how she felt. It's like, wait a second, what? We're packing up to move and you're going to live 2 states away. I have to stay with this family I don't even know. Anybody would be pissed. So I understand why Monica has abandonment issues. I understand why she feels resentment towards her mom because of that. And I'm not going to negate her feelings. Her feelings are valid. But my point still remains that I don't think that Monica and her mom need to be on TV showing the world all their dysfunction. So now we jump on over to Heather's cross-country skiing event, and she's invited Monica, Meredith, and Whitney. So when they finish skiing, they sit down and have some light bites and some champagne, and Whitney points out that Monica has a new Range Rover. So Monica's like, no, girl, that's actually not mine. It's a rental. So Monica does go on to say that she did buy a new car, but it's in her mom's name. But I said at least she's honest, because you have housewives here who will lie and pretend like they have it like that until the repo man comes. So kudos to Monica for being honest. I'll give her that. So now we find out that every time Monica and her mom get into it, her mom takes the car away. So that's why she's sporting a rental, because her mom took the car away after that argument at Angie K's house. And hearing that Monica's mom threatened to call the police if Monica didn't give her back the car, I just said, again, I don't know if this is the platform for you guys. I think that you guys would be better served getting some serious help, because seeing this air and play out on the show for the next 3 or 4 months, that can't be great for your relationship. I can only imagine where Monica and her mom stand now. So Meredith was confused. She was like, wait, so you're the one paying for it, but it's in her name because she had the good credit. So Monica says, yup, that's it. I'm the one paying for it. Now, Monica's mom, Linda, LK, whatever you were calling yourself in episode 7, let me tell you something right now. Regardless of if you felt like Monica tried you at Angie's house, you are dead ass wrong for taking that car away, knowing that your 4 granddaughters are going to suffer. She needs her car. And if you want the car back so badly, then why don't you pay for the note? But you can't sit up here and take that car away when you feel like it because you're upset, but she's still paying the note. And Monica could be really petty and stop paying the note and have her mom default on it and ruin her mom's credit. I would say, girl, you want to play this game? Play stupid games, win stupid prizes. You better give me this car back before I stop paying the note. And now your credit's messed up. Don't play with me. If you want to get stupid, I'll get stupider. So now Heather chimes in and says that, well, it's nice to know that I'm not the only one who doesn't talk to my mom. Then you have Whitney saying that she didn't talk to her mom for 13 years. And I was just like, what? And I'm curious to know the backstory about Whitney and her mom. I feel like we've only ever heard about her and her dad's rocky relationship. I know that her parents got divorced, but I had no idea that Whitney didn't talk to her mom for all those years. So Meredith says, look, I'm sorry to hear that, but I can't relate. Me and my mom are close. We talk all the time. So they change gears in the conversation, and Whitney invites them all to Bobby's 13th birthday party. So she says to Meredith, Meredith, I want you there, but I have to have a conversation with you first. And Angie K will be in attendance, but it makes me sad that you're going around saying that you want to ruin her life. And that's one thing that really irritates me about Whitney. Whitney likes to put extra sauce on a story, and she likes to embellish, because Meredith never said that. She only said, look, I know some things. I can go and talk about the husbands, but I'm not. She never said I want to ruin her life. So let's not start with all that extra stuff. So Whitney goes on to say that Meredith kept saying that she had dirt on them. And then she goes on to add that Meredith has a pattern of doing this in all of her relationships. She says, look at Jen Shaw. Look at Lisa Barlow. You've done it to a lot of people in this group. Now, Whitney, it's so funny that you want to point the finger at Meredith when meanwhile back at the ranch, you've also done the same thing throughout your time on this show. Let's not forget how last season you were going around spreading the rumors about Lisa Barlow and Vita Tequila. Remember that? You blamed it on Meredith, but you were the one who started the whole conversation. And let's not forget how in season 2, you were running your mouth about Mary Cosby and her church. So again, don't act like you're so innocent and you haven't run your mouth talking about other people in this group, because you have. You're the Ashley Darby of SLC. You go around, you instigate, you stir the pot, you collect information, then you go back, drop it, add extra sauce to the story, but you leave out what you said. You do it constantly. You do it well, because it seems like it never gets back on you. But you definitely throw rocks and hide your hand, and you collect dirt on other people too. So again, sis, your argument trying to say that Meredith does this, that's you. Now, Meredith had me screaming. She brought up her car accident. She was like, Whitney, I want to ask you something. How do you drive past my car being in a snowbank and you don't stop, you don't call me? I was in a tragic accident. Whitney was like, girl, I had no idea that was you in that snowbank. Like, I called you a few days after, but I wasn't trying to deliberately ignore you. Now, Meredith, I love you and all, but I could have told you that Whitney was not going to have sympathy for you in the car accident. Because Whitney was looking at you like, girl, it's another excuse to deflect. And when Meredith kept going about how she saw her life flashing before her and she almost drove off a cliff, and the way they were all staring at her like, girl, what? I said, Meredith, this is the wrong group to expect sympathy from. And then we see Meredith close out the conversation and she says, look, at the end of the day, I don't wish anybody ill will. I'm not wishing bad on anybody. I'm not threatening anybody. I'm not trying to ruin anybody's life, including Angie, so leave it alone. Now, let me just say quickly, I'm low-key becoming an Angie K stan. When I met her at BravoCon, y'all, she is the absolute sweetest. And her husband, Sean, he is so handsome in person. He's so nice. I talked to him for a good 5 minutes, but they're both very lovely. I said, okay, Angie and Sean have won me over. Angie, you can come back for season 5. I'm here for her, but very sweet. She was sweet to everybody. She loves all the attention. She loves taking pictures of people, like the sweetest. Now, this next scene with Whitney meeting up with Mary for dinner to try and resolve their issues and clear the air. Whitney, I'm gonna just tell you straight like this. I think that ultimately this was a waste of time because there's just no way that I'm going to keep reaching out to somebody who has made it clear that they don't like me. Mary let it be known she has no intentions of trying to resolve things with you. She's going to hold that grudge. You did what you did. You said what you said. She's not going to accept your apology. She doesn't want your friendship. So why keep trying? I'm just not a believer in trying to force relationships. If I have to force it, it's not for me. Because I strongly feel that what's for me will never miss me. So because of that mindset, I just couldn't see myself reaching out to Mary Cosby yet again. After she has let you know that she does not see it for you, she's not featuring you, she can't stand you. I honestly feel like you invited Mary out for some camera time and you knew that Mary would clown and you would have a moment. So as they're toasting and trying to be pleasant, the waitress comes by and she accidentally spilled some food on Mary's lap. And we know how Mary is. She starts freaking out. She's like, why did she spill the food on me? Why couldn't she have spilled it on Whitney? Then she goes on to add that it's a clear sign that she shouldn't be here with Whitney tonight. So Mary says, look, Whitney, say what you have to say. Come with it. Shoot your shot. I said Mary didn't waste any time. She said, girl, chop, chop, like get to it. Spill it out. Why am I here at this dinner? So Whitney starts it off and she's like, look, Mary, I got caught up. I'm sorry. And Mary interrupts her. She's like, look, you severed our friendship. You're the one who ruined things. And now Whitney says, look, I understand that, but you're also at fault too because you sent me those nasty text messages. And Mary says, no, it's not my fault. I don't need to own up to anything. So at this point, Mary threatens to leave. Whitney's like, you can't leave, Mary. Just hear me out. Now, I just said, look, Whitney, you were better off giving a more heartfelt apology than what you gave. I think had you said, Mary, I want to apologize to you for calling you and your husband predators. That wasn't right of me. I don't know why I said that, but I'm really sorry. I think had she started off like that, maybe Mary would have received it better, but she gave a very basic apology, and I think that's why Mary got upset so easily, because Mary probably felt like, well, what are you really sorry for? And in all seriousness, though, I just think that Mary does not see it for Whitney. It doesn't matter what Whitney does or doesn't do, she just does not like her. So Mary reiterates that she's not owning up to anything because at the end of the day, those mean texts that she sent were justified because Whitney called her and her husband predators. So Mary at this point is waving Whitney off. She's like, you know what? I'm done here. Goodbye. This conversation is over. She goes to ask the waiter if they can box up her food because she's ready to go. Now, I really screamed when Mary said, wake up, bobblehead. And I said, from little girl to bobblehead, what's going to be the next name that she uses for Whitney? But they pack up Mary's food to go and she takes it with her and she leaves right out the door. Now that big Louis Vuitton clutch she had was everything. I said, Mary, I need that. The short scene with Lisa, she's having a mission reveal party for Jack where all of his friends and family are there to find out where he's going to be going for his mission for the next 2 years. So we find out that he's going to Colombia, and Lisa, you need to just watch what you say, because when you made that comment about, oh, he's going to get held up at gunpoint going to Colombia. And then she tried to clean it up by saying that one of her friend's sons was there and he got held up all the time. I just said that wasn't needed. And it just came off sounding away. And you know what I'm talking about. You know what I really want to say. But I didn't like that comment. And just be happy for your son. All you need to say is congratulations. And it was so painfully obvious that Lisa was low-key disappointed that Jack was going to Colombia because she wanted him to go to Europe. Remember, she was joking about, well, maybe he might get picked to go to Milan or Rome or Saint-Tropez. And I said, girl, we know, because she wants to go shopping. Now, this final scene of the episode, I had to rewatch this multiple times. I couldn't believe what I was watching. This scene might go down as like a top 20 moment in Housewives history, because I felt that Monica's mother's behavior was so erratic. I said, does Monica's mom think that she's in a soap opera? Is everything all right? She looked crazy. So Monica and her mom are sitting down at the restaurant, and Monica's mom already starts up with the fake tears. Monica was staring at her mom like, girl, please, are you done? Let me know when you're finished with this whole performance, and then we can have a conversation. So her mother starts off the conversation by saying that she watched a movie about a mom and daughter in Croatia, and they had all these issues, and then the mom died, and the movie ended with them not resolving their issues. And she's like, it was just so sad. Monica is visibly unbothered. She's like, you want me to care about your tears, but when I was crying a few days ago at Angie's house, you didn't care about me. Then she goes on to add that her mother took everybody else's side except for hers. Now, here's where I have to disagree, only because I felt like Monica's mother, Linda, was genuinely trying to help when she said, Monica, not right now, we're in somebody's home. I still stand by my thoughts where I didn't think her mom did anything wrong in that moment. You can call me whatever you want to call me down in the comments, but I'm just being transparent. I'm being honest. I still feel like her mom did the right thing to say, hey girl, not right now. Your daughters are here. This is somebody else's home. Don't do that. If I started showing out, raising my voice in somebody's home, my mom would definitely say to me, Brooke, not now. We can talk about this later, but don't do this right now. So again, I didn't think that her mom was wrong in that aspect. So instantly, voices are raised, and her mom starts yelling. She's like, I'm not asking you to feel bad for me. So now Monica says, don't talk to me like that. And now Linda says, I'm not going to talk to you like you're some weak ass bitch. Now I was just like, hold on, how do we get here? You have Monica raising her voice, now her mom's cursing her out. I just said, Again, y'all need to get off reality TV and go and get some help. This is really sad. We're watching pure dysfunction on our screens. I don't find this entertaining. I don't find this funny. I think it's very sad. And the fact that there is real resentment and real hate and real anger with both of them. They're not playing around. This was not for a storyline. They are both hurt. They are both damaged. And I was uncomfortable watching this. I was waiting for production to turn off their cameras at one point because that's how exhausting it was to watch this mother and daughter go back and forth like that. And they were talking to each other like they were strangers off the street. So anyhow, at this point, you have Linda asking if Monica has an aspirin. Monica didn't even bother to check her purse. She said, no, I don't.
No.
So now Linda says, look, Monica, you told me that during the Palm Springs trip. So Monica's annoyed. She's like, Mom, you don't even know what went down in Palm Springs. You don't even know the half of it. But you were in there apologizing on my behalf like you made me look bad. I got super uncomfortable when Linda called Monica an MF. And I just said, lady, that's your daughter. And you're talking to her like she's nothing. And Monica's face just looked so pained. I just said at that point, if I were Monica, I would have gotten up and left. I wouldn't have entertained this conversation much longer. And her mom just seemed so out of it because at one point, the waiter brought out the guacamole and the mom's talking about, oh, look at the dessert. Isn't it pretty? And Monica was like, girl, that's guac. So now they get into the topic of Monica's childhood, and Monica says, I'm not saying that you were a bad mom, but at Angie's party the other day, I definitely felt triggered and it brought up my abandonment issues. So now her mom gets defensive and she's like, I didn't abandon you. And Monica brings up the whole story of when she was 12 years old and her mom took the job in New York and she had to go live with the family in Pennsylvania. And she says, well, Mom, it felt like you abandoned me. It felt like you left. So, of course, Monica's mom is making up excuses. She's like, well, I saw you every weekend. Then she goes on to say that New York was too much for her. It was so expensive. She couldn't afford to find a place that was suitable for her and Monica. So she let Monica stay with the other family in Pennsylvania for Monica's sake. Now, while that might be a valid excuse, at the end of the day, Monica's mom is wrong to try and invalidate Monica's feelings. Because I don't care what anybody says. Any child would feel abandoned by their parents if they were sent to live with another family while they're states away. I can only imagine how she felt. So for Monica's mom to refuse to see where Monica's coming from, there's definitely something wrong. And it seems like Monica's mom feels guilt about it. And instead of owning up and apologizing for it, she wants to double down with, well, hey, girl, I had to work. I had to make sure that I had money to feed you, but I did the best that I could. And it's like, yeah, that might be the case, sis, but your daughter still feels the way she feels. And you need to apologize to her and own up to what you did. Even if you didn't have the intention of leaving her, she still felt abandoned. So I just felt like her mom doesn't want to own up to anything, and it's really sad. So Monica's mom is trying to play dumb, and she's like, well, how do we move past this because you have trauma? Monica points out that she has trauma. And of course, Monica's mom is deflecting. She's like, what trauma do I have? So Monica reveals what her mom's trauma is. She says, Mom, don't start. Your mom hated you. She didn't want you. And your dad abandoned you. That's what your trauma is. And I just said, you know what? Again, let's cut the cameras. Let's call this a day. Because I just felt like we should not be privy to this kind of conversation. This is a mother and daughter who are completely damaged. They don't like each other. They have trauma that runs deep in the bloodline. And I feel like this isn't the platform for that. Honestly speaking, Monica, you are better off not bringing your mom on this show. You were better off focusing on your drama with the ladies, your money problems, and your divorce because you cheated. I think that you could have left this whole mom drama out. And you could tell that her mom was hurt when Monica revealed that because she said, oh, I'm over that. I don't have any trauma about that. I'm good. And I said, girl, you're not good because your face was cracked when Monica revealed that. And there is no shame in getting help and going to therapy. Everybody could benefit from therapy. I'm so serious. And let me just say this. I was surprised to find out that Monica's grandmother hated her mom, Linda, only because they're so close now. Remember how Monica's mom and her grandma lived together and they lived like 5 minutes away from her? So it's just shocking that this woman hated her daughter, but now she lives with her. Like, I can't wrap my head around this. I can't. Because you would never know now that the grandma had all this hate and resentment towards her own daughter because she seems so sweet now. But I guess that's like a lot of old people where they were awful in their youth, but now they want to be sweet as pie in old age. Monica going on to add that she believes her mom felt resentment when she had her, and now there's a whole line of resentment. That really made me sad. And when she said, you treat me like that little girl, you treat me like shit. And she brought up how her mom would go on dates and she'd be in the back seat. And she was like, you'd be making out with guys and I was right there. How do you think I felt? And when her mom said, it was only one time and now you want to punish me for kissing a guy? And I just said, sis, it's not about that. It was inappropriate for you to be bringing your daughter while you're out on dates. Period. End of story. It was clear that her mom was trying to deflect, gaslight, and flip whatever Monica said around. Because you can't tell me that you thought it was appropriate for you to bring your small daughter out on your dates. That's crazy. I don't care how you slice it. I thought it was really sick when her mom tried to play the victim and she said, "What was I supposed to do?" And then when Monica said, "Well, you abandoned me," and she said, "Well, get over it." Only thing I can say is, unless you guys get therapy, the other option is going no contact and never speaking to each other again. Because it's clear that her mom does not want to own up to anything. And I think she feels that if she owns up to anything, then that is admitting to herself and to Monica that she wasn't up to par as a mom. And the way her mom kept going in between sadness, then she would get angry and lash out when she said, "When do I get forgiven?" And then she went on to say, "You know what? We need help." And it was like her mind was just spinning at this point because it was clear that she wasn't expecting Monica to call her out about what she's done when she was growing up. So it was all hitting her at once. But we end the scene with Monica telling her mom that her mom has got to stop doing this stuff. Taking their car affects her kids. And now you have her mom trying to blow her off. She's being dismissive about that too. And I said, lady, don't you care about your granddaughters? At the very least, just apologize for that. It's like her mom cannot own up to anything. Then Linda says that they need therapy because there's no other way. And then we see Monica get up to leave to go pick up her kids. Again, this episode was a lot. I feel like Monica did herself a disservice by putting her and her mom's relationship on Front Street like this. I feel like some things are better off being dealt with behind closed doors. So now we open up episode 9 with Angie and Monica meeting up to just talk and hash it out. So Angie arrives with a present. She got Monica a book. It was all about loving yourself and asking for help when you need it. And she says that she felt bad to see Monica and her girls leave her party early and how things turned out. So Monica says that she hates that things ended so badly. And I said, now, Monica, you caused a lot of that. Like, let's be clear. I understand that you felt a way about your mom, but like I said, it did not have to go all the way left like that. You could have said, Mom, we'll talk about that when we leave, but I'm not going to do this here. I still think that Monica should have controlled herself a lot better than that. So Monica, in my opinion, you have to own up to the fact that you played a big part in things going left and making the party tense and awkward. So Monica says that she thought she was being a good friend to Angie by telling her directly what was being said about her and her husband. So Angie says, well, I understand that, but Lisa was telling me that you were going around talking about Sean's performance in bed with these alleged men. So Monica's like, I never said that. Did I talk about their being boyfriends? Yes. I never said anything about his performance in bed. Now, one thing about Bravo will always roll those tapes back because we sure did see Monica talk about, oh yeah, his boyfriends say that he's great in bed. I said, Monica, sis, just own it. You are running your mouth, talking about the SL streets are saying that Sean has boyfriends and this, that, and the third, and he's good in bed. So don't try to lie now because you said it. I think it's so funny how these ladies forget that they're being followed by cameras. So Monica goes on to say that she feels like Angie believes Lisa and that Lisa's word is doctrine, and how it's damaging because she's telling Angie things that she didn't say. And I said, again, Monica, you did say that. You did talk about Sean's performance, so don't try to blame this on Lisa, girl. You said it. So Angie's like, look, girl, let's just leave it right here. We're good. We're fine. I'm happy that we're having a conversation with no raised voices, and I was devastated watching you and your girls leave my house the way you guys did. Now, Monica starts crying, saying that her girls haven't been at a family event in quite some time. They haven't been around a family atmosphere in a while. And how when she was married to her ex-husband, Mike, he was the one who was very family oriented. He came from a 2-parent household. And how when the affair happened, everything changed. Now, knowing what we know about Monica's past and her upbringing and the relationship that she has with her mom, I sometimes wonder if she had the affair with her brother-in-law due to self-sabotage. Because there are some people who have grown up in very toxic environments who inherently feel like they don't deserve good things. I feel like maybe Monica might feel that way subconsciously, and maybe that's why she broke her family up and had that affair. I don't know. I could be reaching. It's just a thought, just a theory. But I just feel like, I wonder if maybe she feels unworthy deep down. But we see Monica and Angie make amends. Monica apologizes for her behavior. And then Angie says, going forward, we need to give each other grace and a second chance. I don't know if I have too much faith in this friendship. I get the impression that Angie's also on the outs with Monica now too, with this whole lawsuit between her and Heather Gay. So I guess we'll find out at this reunion who's talking to Monica still. So we now jump to Whitney and Lisa, and they're at Whitney's house and they're getting ready for Whitney's daughter's birthday party. So as they're talking, Lisa's asking if Whitney's excited about her daughter's 13th birthday. Whitney says that she is. She can't believe that. She has a teenager now, and she's excited because her and Justin are gifting Bobby a golf cart. Now, I was like, that's a really nice gift. And it was so cute because Whitney said, Bobby can help me out. She can drop her brother off at school. She can go get me things from the store. So I'm here for it. I said, I know that's right. She said she's going to put that girl to work. So Whitney says that she's inviting everybody except for Mary. And I understand that. Her and Mary aren't friends. Mary has made it very clear that she does not like Whitney. So I don't think it would make sense for her to extend the invite out to somebody who can't stand her. So Lisa agrees and she's like, I understand. The day is all about Bobby. Now, here's where the conversation goes a bit left. Whitney reveals that she has invited Monica and her girls to Bobby's party, and we already know that Lisa and Monica don't really mesh like that. So now Whitney reveals that she spoke to Monica the other day, and Monica revealed that she's in a very abusive relationship with her mom. Now, personally, I feel like, Whitney, why do you feel the need to spread Monica's business, especially to somebody who doesn't like Monica? And that's my issue with Whitney. Whitney is always running her mouth. Why can't you ever be quiet? It's like she can't hold water. It's very aggravating. Honestly, I got the impression that Whitney couldn't wait to spread Monica's business about the relationship with her mom. And I don't even like Monica, but I just didn't feel like it was Whitney's place to tell Lisa her business. So Lisa's not buying it. She's like, I love how things are conveniently abusive. And honestly, you can be abused and still be abusive to others. So at this point, Lisa snaps. She's like, look, I don't think that Monica is sincere at all. And I also feel like it's a convenient excuse to talk about this bad relationship that she has with her mom. Lisa goes on to say that if her mom is so horrible, then she can make changes. Now, Lisa, let me just stop you right here. I thought that was very insensitive for her to say, well, if you and your mom don't get along, then make changes, because that's easier said than done. I will say that, and again, I'm just assuming that this is the case for why Lisa said what she said, but I'm assuming that Lisa doesn't really believe what Monica is telling everybody else in the group about her relationship with her mom, because of what she saw at Angie's house. Because think about it. Look at what I said in my recap for episode 7. I viewed that as Monica was out of line and disrespectful to embarrass her mom like that in a public setting. So I think that Lisa is viewing it out of that lens, like she's just trying to save face now because she feels embarrassed for how she acted at Angie's house. Again, I don't know for sure, but that's the impression that I got hearing Lisa talk about Monica. Now, I did think it was wrong of Lisa to say that she's bringing this all on herself. When you go and watch that scene with Monica and her mom, for the most part, is not trying to take responsibility for anything. And again, I'm trying to be as objective and as fair as I can. And I'm saying this as somebody who is not a fan of Monica. So I said, Lisa, I would just be quiet if I were you, because it's a very sensitive issue. Also, sis, I know that you don't like her, but you also have to be fair. You can't just say, well, she's bringing this all on herself. Because clearly you have a mom who's taking the car away, who is pretending like she didn't do certain things in Monica's childhood. They have some real deep issues. So Whitney's like, look, Lisa, unless you've been through it with your mom, then you don't understand it. And Lisa's dismissing her. She's like, honestly, I just feel like just because you've gone through stuff, don't take it out on other people. And I agree with that. I believe that just because you're going through something, it's not right of you to take it out on other people. Now that I do agree with, I'm right there with Lisa. But still, Lisa, don't allow the fact that you dislike her so much to, I guess, cloud your judgment. And again, Lisa, I don't care for Monica either. I think that she's obnoxious and tries way too hard. And I do think she's insecure, especially around you when it comes to money. But I'm also mature enough to realize that this situation with her mom is a lot more complex. Now, what she did at Angie K's, I didn't like that. But overall, I think that she's dealing with trauma because her mom dropped the ball. So Lisa goes on to say that she's going around spreading rumors about her good friend, and then she feels that Monica is manipulative. Now, like I said, I'm really anxious for this reunion because I know it's about to be explosive. I can't wait to see Monica and Lisa go at it. I can't wait to see Heather and Monica go at it, and whoever else against Monica. But I just said it is very clear that Lisa is not featuring Monica whatsoever. She does not feel any sympathy towards her. She does not care about her story, and she's over it. And it's very clear that Lisa being called materialistic really struck a nerve, because I think that her anger towards Monica is a bit disproportionate, in my opinion, because I honestly feel like if you call me materialistic, I would brush it off, because I'd be like, you know what, you're right, I am. I own it, I cop to it. I'm not going to sit up there and be butthurt about being called materialistic. I mean, it's only one person's opinion. And you know that it's coming from an insecure and jealous place. And you know that the person saying that to you wishes they could have what you had. Because honestly, Monica, like I said in the last few recaps, you're also materialistic. Because if you weren't, you wouldn't have ran out to Louis Vuitton and bought a purse that you couldn't afford to keep up with women who have way more than you do. So I'm just saying. But I said it's obvious that Lisa is still very hurt by Monica calling her that. So now we jump to the night of Bobby's 13th birthday party. We see a cute scene with her getting her makeup done, and I loved it. She was like, oh my gosh, I actually have eyebrows. She is so cute. So now we flip to Heather at her house. She's getting ready for Bobby's party. Her daughters are there. And now she FaceTimes Angie K. And then she starts asking Angie who's going to be at Bobby's party. She's like, oh, do you know if Lisa and her boys are going to be there? So Angie says, well, I don't know who's going to be there, but did you hear about Jack's mission? So she says that Jack is going to Colombia. Then she goes on to reveal that Lisa threw a whole mission reveal party for Jack, and that she also had a small dinner with her husband, Whitney, Justin, and Lisa and John, where they talked about Jack's mission. And Heather was pissed. She was like, wait, she had a dinner for Jack's mission reveal? And I just said, Angie, I wish you didn't open your mouth. Why would you say anything? So Angie realizes that she put her foot in her mouth, and she's like, girl, it wasn't that deep. It was just us. It was a small gathering. It's not that deep. Don't worry about it. But Heather's still pissed about it. She goes on to say that not being invited to the small dinner for Jack's mission reveal feels like yet another rejection from Lisa. I said, Heather, you need to go into therapy and get that self-esteem up. I am so tired of Heather whining at her big age about not being accepted by the cool girls. There is something about Lisa that triggers a lot of these women on this cast, and it is especially apparent when it comes to Heather. Heather literally lives and dies by Lisa's validation. Again, I'll be damned if I'm out here crying and whining because somebody does not see it for me. So now we jump to Bobby's birthday party. It was so cute. They had it at a skating rink. She had all her friends there. We see all the ladies show up. Lisa's there with her kids and John. We see Meredith is there. Everybody's there except for Mary. So now I thought it was lovely seeing Whitney's mom. I hadn't seen her before on camera, so it was really nice to see her. She seemed so sweet, and I really hope and pray that her and Whitney are okay now. So of course, it wouldn't be a group event or any party without there being some drama. They're all sitting down talking, and Angie's like, girl, I accidentally told Heather that you invited us to Jack's mission reveal dinner. And Lisa's like, girl, why would you do that? So now Lisa's getting defensive, and she's like, look, I don't think it's that deep. It's not that big of a deal. I really don't understand why Heather's upset. Heather made it very clear that she didn't agree with Jack going on the mission, so I don't understand why she's upset now. Again, it's really not that deep. Now I said, Lisa, why are you playing dumb? You know that Heather is desperate for your validation and your friendship. So of course, she's gonna be hypersensitive to the fact that she was excluded. But let me just say this quickly, right? I feel like Heather, had you not made such a big deal about Jack going on the mission and inserting yourself, you probably would have been invited. But I think that you really can't say disparaging things and then expect for an invitation. And at the end of the day, this is Lisa's child, and she's allowed to invite whoever she wants to invite. And you have to just accept that. So now we see Heather and Monica talking to the side, and Heather's like, did you see that Lisa didn't say hi to us? Then she goes on to say that she heard through the grapevine that Lisa's going around the group telling everybody that she doesn't believe the relationship that Monica and her mom have, and she thinks that Monica's lying. So here goes Monica saying, why is she talking about me? I don't understand. My name stays in her mouth. I couldn't imagine being so middle-aged and bitter. So now Lisa walks over to Heather and Monica, and we already know it's about to be a complete shit show. So here goes Heather saying, Lisa, we heard that you've been going around saying that Monica is embellishing things about her and her mom's relationship. So of course, Lisa denies it. She says, did I say a snarky comment? Yes, but I never said anything else. Now, Lisa, I have to check you. I have to be fair. You were saying a whole lot at Whitney's house in that last scene. You said it verbatim. I don't believe her. She's lying. She's manipulative. I think that it's a convenient excuse. You did not just say a snarky comment. And Lisa, I would have had so much respect for you had you just owned it and said, you know what, Monica, you're right. I said it. I don't believe a word of it. I think that you're lying. I think that you're awful to your mom. And I don't believe this whole entire story about you and your mom. So now Monica says that her mom is very abusive, and she compares her to Ted Bundy. So she goes on to add that while her mom can be charismatic and charming, there are two sides to her, and her daughters see it. So now Lisa's like, well, does your mom help with the kids? And I just said, Lisa, that's neither here nor there. If she's telling you that her mom is treating her poorly, just be quiet and listen. So now Monica's like, well, ask my kids then. And Lisa had it right. She said, girl, I'm not going to ask your kids anything, especially not here at a child's birthday party. And I said, now, Monica, you know good and damn well you'd be screaming and pissed off if Lisa actually walked up to your kids to ask them that kind of question about their grandma. So Monica and Lisa are going back and forth at this point. Nothing's being resolved. And so Lisa says, look, I'm not here for these erratic conversations, and maybe you're more like your mom than you think you are. Maybe you're the same exact person. And I just said, now, Lisa, child, why would you say that? You already know that that is a trigger for her. And it is apparent that Lisa really can't stand Monica. Like, they both hate each other for different reasons. I think that they both trigger each other in different ways, and it's fascinating to watch. So you have Monica calling Lisa a 50-year-old wannabe. And I said, now, girl, you sitting up here calling her a wannabe when you actually want to be her. Because for you to run out and buy things that you can't afford to keep up, what does that say? Is that not wannabe behavior? That's actually peak wannabe behavior. You're trying to keep up and you can't. So I said I wouldn't do too much calling somebody else a wannabe. And let me just say this, because Monica takes several shots at Lisa's age and her looks later on in the episode. And y'all know me. I went to BravoCon this year and last year, and I've seen Lisa Barlow in person. And Lisa Barlow is a beautiful woman. Like, she looks good. So I just said, you know, you're talking all this, Monica, but for the age that Lisa is, she's what, 49, 50? Lisa does look good. And y'all know me, I wouldn't lie. If I didn't think so, I wouldn't say it. But Lisa's very pretty. So I just said those sort of jokes fall flat, especially when you're trying to compete with said person that you're calling a wannabe. And Monica, you're on this show because you want to be rich, because you're not. So again, sis, not too much coming for folks when you want to be in their position. And Lisa had me screaming. She said, a wannabe? She's the one who wants to be me. She's the one who's carrying fake Chanel. I said, Monica, you out here wearing fakes? Now we see Heather and Lisa off to the side talking. And of course, they're talking about why wasn't Heather invited to Jack's mission reveal. So Heather says, I understand it's the great divide when people leave the church. I get it. So Lisa says, look, Heather, I'm just being respectful of your journey. That's it. Again, it's not about me excluding you. It's just about being respectful. I thought Heather was out of line to say it's just not fair because you're the least Mormon person ever. And it's like with any religion. How dare you judge anybody else's walk? Unless they're harming other people, keep your mouth shut and focus on the relationship that you have with your creator, okay? I just feel like Heather is very sanctimonious, very self-righteous, and she has resentment that Lisa is a Mormon, but Lisa doesn't abide by all the Mormon rules and laws. She's very lax about it. And again, sis, that's Lisa's journey. If she wants to wear X, Y, and Z and do what she wants, that's between her and the God that she serves. But I don't think it's your place to say, oh, well, you're not that Mormon. How dare you? Girl, you're out of line for that. I sometimes wonder if Heather has regrets for leaving the religion. Because, girl, you're so pressed about what everybody else is doing. If you're happy with your choice, then why are you so focused on Lisa and what kind of Mormon she is? Why do you care? You're out of the religion. I just said, girl, you need some help. You have a lot of issues. And for some reason, Lisa just triggers your insecurities bad because you are just always so focused on what she has going on. So now it's the day of Whitney's jewelry launch party, and she's invited everybody but only Monica, Lisa, and Angie K show up. I think that Heather and Meredith were busy, and we know that Whitney and Mary don't F with each other. So as Whitney's floating around her event, we see Angie and Lisa talking. Angie's asking Lisa if she had a good time at Bobby's birthday party, and Lisa says, I did have a good time until I had that little spat with Monica, then I was irritated. So Angie's trying to play peacemaker, and she says, well, Monica feels like you don't want to believe the relationship that she has with her mom. And Lisa says, honestly, I don't know what to believe about her relationship with her mom, but all I'm saying is that we saw her for 2 hours at your Easter party, treat her mom poorly, and I would never talk to my mom like that. Honestly, she has an issue with me. The minute Monica walked through those doors, I already knew it was about to be a hot mess. Lisa goes over to the bar to get a drink. She is not trying to be anywhere near Monica, and I get it. Now, mind you, at this point, Whitney goes up to give her speech, and Monica had said something, but she didn't say anything about Lisa. Lisa assumed that she was talking about her, and here's where Lisa messed up. She was like, Monica, you need to chill the F out. And that's when everything spiraled out of control. But I just said, Lisa, had you listened, you would have heard that Monica wasn't talking about you. So Monica and Lisa exchange words. Monica says, you're so bothered by me. Lisa says, girl, that's the complete opposite. It's the other way around. And honestly, you guys are bothered by each other. Lisa, you feel called out because she called you materialistic. You feel like she went for your character. And Monica, there is some jealousy on your end. You definitely wish that you had the life that Lisa has. She definitely brings out your insecurities, especially when it comes to money and lifestyle. And I'm just calling it the way I see it. So Lisa's like, girl, you bore me. I'm not interested in what you're saying. Then she says, knock it off. Whitney's giving her speech. So now Monica says, girl, you're not my mother. So now Lisa says, girl, nobody wants to be your mother. Now I said, Lisa, you already know it's about to go left because you said that. Monica's livid. She says that she's at her tipping point. Lisa wants to leave. Angie's pulling Lisa to stay. And Lisa's like, girl, don't touch me. I don't want to talk to her. And mind you, this is all happening as Whitney's giving her speech. So Whitney can hear them. Everybody else can hear them. And I just said, if I were Whitney, I would have kicked everybody out. Because this is my event. It's all about me and my business. And I have y'all here clowning and showing your asses at my party. We'd have an issue. I understand that you guys don't like each other, but the fact that you don't even have the decency to respect me for 15 minutes? You guys couldn't stop and just listen to me for a little bit of time? We would have had a real issue. I thought that was so incredibly disrespectful of all of them to clown like that. And high key, Lisa, this was all your fault, because had you not thought that Monica was talking about you, you wouldn't have made that comment saying to chill the F out, and then you guys wouldn't have gone at it. So now Whitney's done with her speech, and now she's doing a sound bath demonstration. Now, one thing about the Housewives, everybody is on a sound bath kick. We've seen it on New York. We've seen it on Atlanta this season when they went to Portugal. All the cities are doing sound baths now. That's the latest craze. So anyhow, as Whitney's up there doing the sound bath, Lisa and Monica are still going at it. So Lisa denies ever jabbing at Monica, and Monica says, but you did. You started this whole thing. So Lisa says, look, Monica, my assessment on you is about how you treated your mom poorly at Angie's party. That's it. Monica's upset by that, and she says that Lisa has no idea about their situation, and that's true. Lisa doesn't know, so I get why she'd be upset about that. Now, if I were Lisa, I would have said, you know what, Monica? I got it. I don't want to talk about this anymore. Like, I'm good. I feel like Lisa was determined to have the last word, and that's why this argument went on and on and on. Because one thing about me, I feel like there's a time and a place for everything. And there are some arguments that don't need to keep going. You have to realize when it's worth getting the last word and reading somebody down. And you also have to realize that there's power in silence. And I think that it would have been more effective had Lisa paid Monica dust. But things got so bad that you had Whitney stopping the sound bath to tell Lisa to be quiet. And I said, once again, y'all should feel embarrassed to show out at her party like this. This is somebody's event, and here you guys are going back and forth. It's not about y'all. So now Lisa dismisses Monica and says, I want to listen to the sound bath, just leave me alone. So now you have Monica talking about, oh, well, old people need sound baths, so I get it. So now Angie says, now hold on, girl, because I'm older than Lisa, so I don't take too kindly to the age jabs. So now Lisa comes back and she's like, yeah, Angie, Meredith, and Heather are all older than me, so what you're saying doesn't even make any sense. So now Monica says that Lisa wears the age on her face, and like I told you guys earlier, Lisa looks good. So I just said, Monica, your whole little dig about her looks and her aging fell flat. Because, honey, I told y'all, Lisa looks good in person. The face card is valid. And y'all know me, I will always give credit where credit is due. So Lisa goes on to say that she likes looking natural. And I think she called Monica the Pillsbury Doughboy. Lisa goes on to say that Monica's just jealous because of her life and her circumstances. And I agree with that. I don't care how anybody else feels about it. I definitely think that Monica's very jealous and envious of the fact that she can't live the lifestyle that Lisa does. I do. And I've stated my reasons many times before. You guys know that I've been feeling this way. I think that Monica is very insecure around Lisa when it comes to the money. I just wasn't really here for Monica's reads. I saw folks saying that Monica ate Lisa up. I don't think that either one of them ate in this argument. I feel like Monica's reads fell flat to me when she started calling Lisa mediocre. It just gave me jealousy vibes. Then when she said that Lisa's a tramp stamp and she wants attention so badly, I said, girl, that's you. You're the one who wants attention badly. I feel like there's nobody more attention hungry right now than Monica. I thought it was so funny when Lisa said to her, she said, girl, we were dealt the same deck of cards, but I play with my face card. And then Monica says, that's the lamest comeback I've ever heard. And I said, but girl, your reads don't land either. So what are you talking about? That was lame to say, oh, you're like a tramp stamp. You always want attention. How old are we, 5? That didn't give anything. You guys could never be on Atlanta or Potomac with those reads. So I just said, once again, sis, your reads aren't reading either. I got a bit nervous when Lisa got in Monica's face. I said, again, sis, I would just calm down. Monica likes to argue and she likes to fight. And she even made a comment in her confessional about how she's fought at supermarkets and laundromats and parking lots. So she's not afraid to do so. And I said, Lisa, I don't think that you're about that life. So I would just calm it down if I were you. And Monica does not have good sense. I could definitely see her showing out at Whitney's event. So I said, Lisa, I know that she bothers you and gets under your skin, but calm it down with getting in her face. I would never let Monica rattle me. That wouldn't happen. I would have Monica rattled. I would be paying Monica dust, honestly. So I just said, girl, why are you so bothered by what Monica has to say about you? I wouldn't care. But Lisa starts yelling that the way Monica treats people is not okay and how she abuses others and she's not here for the way she treats her mom. So now Monica's like, are you serious right now? Do you hear yourself? This argument felt like it was never going to end. I was getting tired. I said, can we wrap this up? Things got so heated that Whitney had to come over and she said, can you guys step aside over there because you're blocking the register? And we know that Whitney needs every dime herself. So she was like, girl, don't F up my sales arguing in front of the register. I need folks to come and pay for their stuff. So now we see Whitney and Lisa talking and Angie and Monica talking. Monica says she hates the way Lisa talks to her and she doesn't like the way Lisa was screaming in Angie's face. And now we cut to Lisa telling Whitney that Monica acts like a child And I said, but honestly, you guys both look stupid showing out like this at Whitney's event. So Lisa, you guys are both at fault. Because like I told you, I would not allow anybody like Monica to get me out of character. I would have paid Monica dust and ignored her the entire time. And I saw on Twitter that you said you did buy jewelry to support Whitney. And that's nice and all, but it doesn't take away from the fact that you pretty much ruined her event. And it also shows how self-absorbed you are, because all you should have said to Whitney was, Whitney, I'm so sorry that I did this at your event. Please forgive me. But instead, you went on and on about yourself, how you're upset, how she hurts your feelings, how you can't stand her. And it's like, but it's not about you right now. And even Whitney said that. Whitney was like, I just wish that Lisa could table Lisa for just 1 minute. So Lisa's pissed to see Angie and Monica hugging it out. And she's like, she talked about your marriage and your husband, but now you're hugging it out. Are you serious? I thought it was funny to see Angie and Monica hugging each other, and they're both saying how much they appreciate each other. And I said just a few episodes ago, Monica was getting on Angie. They couldn't stand each other. Now all of a sudden they just love and appreciate each other all the time now. And now we see Monica and Lisa both leave the event, and that's where the episode ends. Guys, when I tell y'all that SLC is really understanding the assignment, everybody is clocking in for work every single Tuesday night, and I love every minute of it. I think that we are really in for a treat with this cast trip, and then this reunion. I cannot wait. But y'all, that was my double recap. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. And you already know what to do. Please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you all later. Bye.